going on, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. Today, man, we are going to be working on installing a new radiator and installing a colder thermostat. So actually, let me shut this compressor off real quick. It's probably super annoying. Alright guys, so the reason we are actually installing these cooling goodies is because the car hasn't been overheating, right? But it hasn't been running as cold as I would like. And on the freeway, it's freaking awesome. It cools, everything is good. But whenever I'm sitting at a standstill, if I'm just parked there with the AC going, and you know, it's been pretty hot here, like 97, 98 degrees. If the car's just sitting there in traffic, it'll start to creep, I can't leave the car running. I honestly do not trust it to leave it running, run inside, and then come back out. It creeps and creeps and creeps. The highest I've seen it get is like 218, 219. Something I'm just not comfortable with. One of the things I really think is the problem is with the swap. I wasn't able to retain dual fan function. So right now it's running just on low speed fan. So if this cooling mods don't fix it, I'm probably gonna have to get an aftermarket fan controller that can control the low speed and the high speed fan. The stock fan on these cars are pretty freaking phenomenal, man. You really can't beat them. So yeah, if this doesn't cure it, I'm gonna have to do a dual fan controller like from Dakota Digital or something like that. But I'm almost positive that it will work because my boy Block Monster has the same car as me. It's a 98 Cobra, same motor as me. It's a Gen 2 F-150 motor, TVS, same radiator, triple pass heat exchanger. So there's something blocking the radiator, and he's the one that told me how to wire this cooling fan. So he's on low speed as well, and he said his doesn't get over 205. So that's really what I'm hoping for today, man. And we are actually going to be swapping this to daily drive mode because the old Jeep, man, it is starting to make a noise in the engine. And you know, before a skirt comes apart, I really want to do it, man. I replaced the head on it when I bought it because it had a cracked head. And so we replaced the head, and it's been running freaking phenomenal, man. We actually put a new head on it, and it's been running awesome. It still is running awesome. It's just making some noise, and everyone's saying it's normal, it's normal. Well, it is the piston kind of slapping a little bit inside the cylinder. It's very loud on startup. I'll play the clip. As you guys can tell, it's super loud at startup, but once it warms up, it's less apparent. But I just don't like it in the back of my mind. I have the money to fix it, so that's something me and Dad are gonna be tackling. If you guys wanna see that, you know, I'll post a video on it. But yeah, man, today we're just gonna focus on the Mustang, try to get these cooling mods knocked out. And it's not so hot today, it's about 90 degrees. So we'll definitely go try it out and see what it does. If you are swapping the thermostat, I'm running a 160-degree thermostat. You have to get a tune upgrade. That's the way to take advantage of it. So I had the fans coming on earlier, and we were gonna be swapping this thing back to pump gas, and that's gonna be a good video to show you guys how much miles per gallon this thing gets, because I'm gonna be driving back and forth to work weekly. So we'll see, man. Let's get to tearing down the radiator. All right, guys, we're back. Probably about 30 minutes later. Got the radiator out. Everything's all good to go. Next, we're gonna pull the thermostat. As I told you guys, I got a lower degree thermostat. I don't know what these are from factory, but this is a 160 degree, recommended by Block Monster. He said his car runs freaking awesome. Just wanted to show you guys the differences in the radiators. So look how tiny this one is. This is brand new. I replaced it whenever I got the whenever I did the swap. But look how tiny that one is, and look at this big boy right here. I'm a little concerned because it is a Chinesium radiator, but and how thick it is. I might have issues with my freaking. And look how big that stud is too, right here. I don't know why that's that big. I might have an issue with my fan there, but yeah, man, everything else looks pretty good. It should slap right in. If I run into any issues, man, I'll show you, and then I'll show you how big it is in there. Alright guys, just wanted to give you a quick update. I got it in, and look how massive this thing is. I got somewhere to place my tools now. It's huge. Only thing I'm worried about, man, is I didn't trim my hoses at all, so this looks kind of like, it's not kinked, but it is. I could have trimmed it a little bit, but I don't want to mess with it. And then the bottom one is perfect. If you guys are wondering what hose it is, 21618. Everything fits good, man. I put thermostat in, everything was good. Now I'm worried about this fan, because this one looks fine. That's the fan mounting location. This one is stupid long, so I don't know why that is, but we'll see, and get this thing slapped back together, man. See what kind of improvements we got on the coolant temp. All right guys, real quick, I wanted to show y'all something. This has changed my life, man. It is a vacuum fill coolant system. I got it off of Amazon. I wanted to get the airlift system, but it was out of stock, and I needed this specifically for my system. I have a Radiator inline cap because I did a degas bottle delete. So if you guys are wondering, I got these from Power by the Hour, and those go straight to the heater core, and then you just block this off to do a degas bottle delete, and then it's pretty clean like that, and the car runs fine. You know, I don't associate the overheating with this, you know, because it wasn't overheating, it was just getting hot, like just creeping up there, you know, it wasn't spiking. So I think it'll be good. Another reason I like this is because you don't have to run the heat, you don't have to let it go up the temp, and you know, keep adding and you're unsure. This thing tops it off to the correct amount, and it'll also pull a vacuum on the system, and you'll know if we have a leak or if there's a hole in the radiator somewhere, because it'll never hold vacuum. It'll keep on losing vacuum. So we're gonna go ahead and check that now. Right now it's collapsing the hoses, you guys can see. Pulling a super good vacuum. Once it stabilizes, I'll cut the vacuum off. Sucks all the hoses completely shut. About 25 inches of mercury, and then we'll shut it down. Or once it stops. I also cracked this valve open. That way it could suck out any of the air while we're bleeding the system. All right, fellas, it pretty much stabilized at 27 degrees. I mean, 27 inches of mercury. So we'll let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. And you know, if it had a leak, it'd be leaking down pretty fast right now. So that goes to show, you know, that head gaskets are good, all our hoses are good, drain cock's good. You know, we have no leaks. That's what I love about this system, is it's a 2-in-1. And then once we open this valve, we'd have to start the car and nothing. It sucks all of this using the vacuum. All you have to do is make sure that this thing doesn't suck it dry. That's why I rigged up this bucket. And now that it's a bigger radiator, I don't know if it's gonna take more fluid or not. I mean, it obviously is. I don't know how much it's gonna take. So I'll get back to you guys. All right, guys. About 10 minutes later, still good, as you guys can tell. So what we're gonna do right now is we're just gonna open this valve, and then it's gonna suck up this bucket. So whenever it does, whenever I first open it, the hose kind of kicks. So I wanna make sure it doesn't jump up and suck air. So I'm gonna hold you guys here and then open the valve. You guys will see it go down. Sucks it down pretty fast, which is awesome. You guys can see the fluid going down. Make sure it doesn't suck any air. As you guys can tell, it's going down. If you look up at the hoses start to fill up. You'll see this hose pop out right now. And then this gauge is going down. Once it hits 0, that means we're full of coolant. Might have to add some coolant right now. Yeah, I'm gonna stop it. So all I gotta do is close that valve, and then I'm gonna add some more, because you can see it's getting pretty low. I don't want it to do that, so I'm gonna add some more coolant. Keep going. All right, guys. All right, added another gallon, and it's sucking it down pretty much. I hope it don't go much more, because that's all I got. We're almost there. We're at 5. See that hose already popped out? We're good to go. She's almost there. So yeah, this radiator definitely took way more fluid, because as I drained the other one, I'll show you guys, it only sucked
It didn't suck much out. This is how much it sucked out. Wasn't much at all, but for being a whole new system, there was a little bit of crud in there, and it was dirty, so that's why I didn't reuse that. Got brand new fresh. And it pretty much stopped. You see how it stopped sucking? So that means we're good. Cooling system is full, man. It's freaking full. If you guys are wondering what coolant I'm using, this is the best right here that you can use on a Coyote aluminum block. Make sure you use straight distilled water. This stuff reacts bad with the regular hose water. It reacts ugly with the calcium in the water. So make sure you guys use distilled water. All right, guys, all done with the install. Got the cold air intake back in. All of our hoses and everything. I can't believe how big this freaking radiator is. Only thing I had to do was I had to add some piece of hose right here. I don't know if you guys can see. Radiator started rubbing here because it's closer. Everything else was good. I had to finagle this, my radiator mount, because of course it's a bigger radiator, guys. You guys are gonna have to mess around with it to get it to fit, but no major modifications. That part that I was worried about, that long chile sticking out, fan mounted right up. I was overthinking it. I just had to trim my makeshift cold air intake box. Does it keep all the hot air out? No. Does it make me feel better? Of course. So I'm gonna leave it. Am I gonna have one supercharged? No, probably not. So don't worry about that. Got our overfill bottle back in, got it filled up. Everything should be good. You know, everything held a vacuum, so I believe everything will be good. So I'm excited to try out this new thermostat, new fan. I'm gonna start it up, man, and let it idle here for a little bit. You know, if it doesn't overheat in the shop, it shouldn't overheat anywhere. So get it started up, let the AC run for a little bit. And then, yeah, let's fire up. It hasn't been fired up in about 3 weeks. Couldn't figure out why my radiator fans were on, but it's because I turned the AC on. So that's good. The fans turn on with the AC. See what temperature we're at. We're at 153. So the coolant, the thermostat should be opening at 160. And then we have our fans to sit on at 170. So coolant head temp, 161. That's freaking awesome. We'll continue to let it warm up, do its thing. All right, 160. Fans should be coming on at any second. You really want your fans to come on right after your thermostat opens. Lets the cold air, the hot air come through. 170, it should kick on. We'll see where our coolant lays at now. There it goes. Just heard it. Yep, fans on. Let's see where our coolant lays at now. I'm actually gonna close the hood for the full effect, because opening the hood does affect the way that the car heats or overheats. We'll close the hood for maximum effect. So yeah, 174. I'll turn the AC on, chill in here, see where we're at, boys. I'll keep you guys updated. Alright guys, kind of messed up. I left the camera in the car the whole time while I was cleaning up, as you guys can tell. Shop's clean. I'm gonna go test drive the car. The car was sitting in here for about 30 minutes, you guys. I'm not even joking. And the car never went over 200. It's about 198 right now, which is freaking perfect, honestly, for me. I was worried that it was gonna stay in the 180 range. I want it in the 195 to 200 range. I would have never been able to let the car idle like that, man. The car would have for sure been over 200, over 210 for sure. So I would have never been able to do that. So I think it's a mission accomplished. We're just gonna make sure that it's the same driving characteristics around. Driving around, like I said, it never overheated driving around. So make sure, man, it's been idling, no leaks. Freaking perfect. So clean, man. Only thing I'm worried about is my neighbors complaining, but it's not loud at all, man. Let me see if I can get a decibel reading. Yeah, man, it's literally not loud at all. 88 to 90 decibels. It's freaking perfect, man. I love it. Just hope we're good with the neighbors. If you guys don't believe me how cold it was. It's chilly in here, man. All right, right at 199, man. And the car's been idling for freaking almost an hour. That's freaking awesome. Sorry guys, I usually wear my seatbelt, but I had to stick the camera up real quick, man. That was badass. I wanted to do a pull real quick to see the temperature got at the top of the pool, and it was only like 198, man. That's freaking perfect. Like right now I'm driving going 60 and it's 185 right now. It's freaking perfect, man. Camera took off with me. It's freaking awesome, man. Cooling head temp's 196. Gotta love it. Top of that pole is 196. Chill out and get this thing back to the house, man, before I get in trouble. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I pulled into the garage. Coolant temp was sitting at about 189. Can't beat it, man. I guess it did its job. No leaks. Radiator's freaking awesome. I want to get you guys a price on that radiator because I got it from Amazon, man. Chinesium radiator for the win. Actually, I ordered it on eBay, guys. It's the same exact one. I'll have it linked down below, but the same exact one I bought was sold out on Amazon. But yeah, $131, man. DNA motoring, 130 bucks, free shipping. Can't beat it, man. 3-row. Definitely took way more coolant than my other one, so maybe that's helping. I got down there with the temp gun and temped the radiator, and it was like 140, 150. So the radiator's doing his job, the fan's doing his job. So I was under the impression that coolant temp is showing that the coolant is constantly at 190. Well, that's not true. The water pump is sucking in the cold air from the radiator, which is 140 degrees, causing my thermostat to shut. And then once it gets hot enough, it'll open and bring in more cold radiator fluid, and in turn just keeping this motor fresh, man, keeping it awesome. So I'm super glad with this upgrade. Shout out my boy Block Monster, man. Thank you so much, bro. You've been huge help with the build, man. So yeah, man, it's almost time for boost weather. So we're in the mission of turning this car back to daily driver status, putting a nice set of wheels and tires on it. I know I said I wasn't going to in the past video, but circumstances popped up with the Jeep that I'm gonna have to put it under the knife for a little bit. So this is gonna be my daily commuter to work. So I'm definitely going to get you guys some miles per gallon stuff, a miles per gallon video. I know a lot of people do want to daily drive these cars, and putting a new power plant in, it's awesome, man. Like, it's like you're driving a new 2015 Mustang. You know, you have that reliability now. So curious to see what it's gonna do on 93. Right now it's currently on E85, so we're gonna run it all the way down, put it on 93. And watch this thing get like 20 miles per gallon, man. It's gonna be freaking crazy. So without further ado, man, I don't have no message for today, man, because I've been so busy. I got a new job and everything. Thank God, man. God, I've been praying for this position, and God finally fulfilled it. Not forgetting about him. Still pray every night, but I haven't had the chance to open the Bible and read anything. I've been so stuck on studying, and you know, I'm super stressed out with this job. So you guys, you know, pray, keep praying for what you guys want, what you guys need, and it will fulfill whenever it's your time, man. It finally did for me, and I'm super thankful. So that's all I have for you today, man. See you guys later. It's your boy ReyesBuilt. Peace out, man.